Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Enterprise Systems Huawei Hospitality Partner Summit. My name is Kier Shazali. On behalf of Enterprise Systems and Huawei, I would like to thank you all for the valuable time and your attendance. I hope you're all well and healthy. During this virtual conference, we will be joined by our speakers from Enterprise Systems Huawei and one of our valuable customers that they will share the latest Huawei flagship products portfolio, insight, and experience on Huawei technology. We will also be presenting our simple and profitable sales strategy, incentive promotions to build a win-win ecosystem in UAE. Without further ado, I'm very excited to introduce our first guest speaker, Mr. Puya Parsafa, CEO of the Value-Added Distributor Enterprise Systems. Puya.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining the Enterprise Systems and Huawei Hospitality Partner event for today. I appreciate your time. My name is Puya Parsafa, CEO of Enterprise Systems. Enterprise Systems was created in 2012 to represent Huawei in the Middle East. Over the last 8 years, our relationship and journey with Huawei has changed from a project-to-project basis to a value-added partnership and finally to a value-added distributorship. When Huawei entered into this market over 15 years ago, the biggest challenge facing Huawei was a recognition of their ability to offer so many high technology and quality and innovative solutions. Today, Huawei has become the world's largest player in the telecoms industry, as well as the #1 player in the Middle East. In the telecoms market, Huawei works directly with the clients, like Etisalat and Du. However, in the enterprise market, Huawei relies on the reseller-distributor model. Without the success of the resellers, Tier 2 partners, and the distributors, Huawei will not succeed. And as such, Huawei is working seamlessly with their partners and Tier 1 distributors to tackle the challenges and embrace the opportunities. Enterprise Systems has become one of the success stories of Huawei as a value-added distributor and partner in this market. Enterprise Systems growth is due to the strong technical capability, and the success is due to the incredible support we are receiving from Huawei. Enterprise Systems was awarded the Best Joint Growth in 2014. Enterprise System was also awarded Commercial Distributor of the Year in 2015. We were also awarded the Commercial Distributor of the Year in 2016. We won we were awarded the Huawei Champion of the Year in 2016 as well. We got the award for the Investment and Service Delivery Award in 2017, Service Partner of the Year in 2018, Best Distributor and Partner in 2019, Country Distributor of the Year in 2019, and supporting Huawei's partners to deliver projects in 2020. Our go-to-market strategy is aligned with Huawei to support our channel partners, the system integrators, our esteemed partners, in getting familiar with the Huawei solution portfolio, providing training to support their aim for certification. Supporting our partners is providing technical support, such as technical workshops for partners and the supported end users, working on technical proposals and quotations, conducting POCs, site surveys, installation support, and after-sales maintenance contracts for our partners. To date, Enterprise Systems has conducted over 200 proof of concept with our partners, implemented over 170 projects, conducted over 280 technical workshops, created over 530 technical proposals, and we've attended over 230 site surveys. We also created over 8,000 quotations to date. Being a 5-star CSP, or what we call a Certified Service Partner of Huawei, as well as being the ASP, which is the Authorized Service Partner of Huawei, allows Enterprise Systems to support our ecosystem partners with support services such as ES Care, which can take your existing Huawei support to a more enhanced and focused level. as well as after-sales annual maintenance contracts, giving confidence to our partners to invest in Huawei as a brand and to deliver a healthy pipeline for all to focus on and execute to closure. Our partners will also benefit from better discounts as we are the only 5-star CSP partner, value-added partner of Huawei in the UAE. Enterprise Systems is honored and excited to represent the #1 ICT manufacturer as a value-added distributor because of their strong value embedded in their culture for embracing the value of long-term relationships, and this value underpinned by their daily support for training, technical, commercial assistance, marketing, and in general focused account and channel management to propel Enterprise Systems in the right direction. Our partners, system integrators, work closely with Enterprise Systems on strategic projects because of the support that Enterprise Systems and Huawei provide to deliver the projects from start to finish, supporting the ecosystem thoroughly. I would like to share with you the references in hospitality. We are here today to discuss and show the success story of the hospitality sector, specifically in UAE, but regionally as well. We've been working with Huawei in this particular vertical for the last 8 years. And as such, what I'm showing you on this screen is over 100 reference points just in the UAE. Starting from the Jumeirah Group, we've supplied with Huawei various technologies from servers, storage, switching, wireless LAN, GPON, to multiple Jumeirah Group residents like Al Nasim, Jumeirah Living, Jumeirah Creek, Zabil Sarai, Zabil House, Marina Gate, and Etihad Tower. We've also provided services and infrastructure to multiple other branded names like the Marriott, like the Millennium, and like the Wyndham. We've also provided to the groups like the Accor Group, IHG, IMA, Miraz, Nakhil, and the Rotana. Plus a whole series of standalone hotels like the Marina Hotel, Flora Grand Hotel, Jannah Hotel, and the likes of Five. The Five on the Palm is a specifically interesting and exciting project that we worked with our partners on. And this project in-houses, for example, 2,000 access points and over 1,000 switches on site. These are some of the references that we have. And I hope these references are exciting and would entice you to look into this particular vertical much more closely and invest in your time, in your effort, and look at this as a way, as a success story of Huawei and a success story of Enterprise Systems with our partners. Over to you, Kia.
Thank you, Priya. Many thanks for the welcome address. Here now, Mr. Mohammed, Huawei Hospitality Vertical Director, will introduce us to the hospitality team and brief us on the hospitality vertical. Mohammed, please, stage is yours.
Thank you, Garaj, and thank you, Mr. Poya, for a brief introduction of Enterprise System, and thank you so much for organizing this event. I would like to welcome all of you who are long time with us, and also the one who are new to us, to the team. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. We welcome on behalf of Huawei, all of you to join with us this webinar and go through what we are doing in hospitality and construction vertical. Okay. Okay, I'll quickly go through towards the target market, what we are focusing in hospitality and construction business. What are the target customer we are focusing on? Then I will introduce you to my team, who are the team members in this vertical who are helping to grow this vertical to the next level. Then we have the next is the mega projects, which are the upcoming mega projects in UAE, which we can work together. Let's have a quick glance on the market snapshot that who are the main customers in this hospitality vertical, what we call in Huawei. Basically, it's hospitality, construction, and real estate vertical, in which we are focusing on three main developments. One is hospitality, that is hotels. And all this data, what you can see on the screen, is extracted from Meet Data. You might heard about meet.com. This is a website where you can find all the analytic reports and upcoming projects, details, all the details of the projects. You can find it through this website. And then after hospitality, hotels, we have mixed developments. In mixed developments, we have malls, we have hospitals, we have any construction residences or hospital or you can say any school under construction. So all mixed development, what you call it, that comes under this segment. And the third one, which mostly we forget to target, is the existing hotel refresh. I have extracted this report for the existing hotel refresh from JLL. JLL is a James William report in which he provides the data that which are the hotels which have deployed their IT equipment in 5 years before, and now it's going to renew. So this old data, which I have shown here, is extracted from meet.com and JLL report. The numbers of business what I have displayed here is my experience, what I have experienced in this vertical for last 16 years. If you have this number of hotels in a year in 2020 or 2021 or 2023, then you can easily judge that if one hotel is almost 400 to 600 rooms, is having an IT equipment of around $150,000 towards $400,000 as an average IT equipment, then it can reach easily to $60 million worth of market you can consider for IT. Similarly, for mixed development, the mixed development going on into the market as per the Meet data, if you also try to guess how much business we can get out of it, that is around $20 million. Similarly, for the existing refresh for the existing hotel, you can easily judge that $8 million easily you can get out of the existing hotel refresh. This is what I have already experienced. The second thing and what we have done in this vertical so far, since 2011, we started enterprise business. I'm one of the pioneers into this team, and all the references and key account development which we have done together, it is displayed over here that all these accounts, key accounts, which you call it key developers, key operators, and key consultants, key contractors, all these key customers, what you can see on the screen, we have good relation now, and we have already closed a couple of business with these customers, contractors, and consultants, with the support of partners like you, to be very honest, because partner is one of the key segment into this stakeholders. I would like to show here, but there are lots of partners. I cannot put all the partner here. So there are lots of partners who have helped us to get through all these accounts, to get into these accounts, to bring lots of business out of these accounts. So the lots of efforts has been added through the partners as well. The next thing I want to show is the Huawei focus, Huawei investment into this vertical. That I started this journey as alone in 2011. Sorry. Then after time to time, when we have some good achievements, Huawei also started investing into this vertical, and we have a couple of big team into this vertical, focusing on hospitality and construction vertical. As you know, myself, I'm the vertical director for this business. My main focus is to help our partners to get Huawei recognized and register into key accounts. So this is the thing what I am doing it through the high touch, as Mr. Poya also mentioned, that we are working through our partners only into enterprise business. So what we are doing as a Huawei we help our partners to get Huawei accepted through the customer. Our partners, they are doing a very good job to bringing us into the accounts, but it is our responsibility to help them to get Huawei accepted also, because getting Huawei acceptance is one of the challenge which most of the customers they face. Samir Itani is our solution manager into the team, whose key responsibilities is to connect the right people into the accounts, like key engineers into the key accounts, like Imar, Nakhil, etc., and get them knowledge of Huawei solutions, train them on Huawei portfolio. So this is the key responsibility of Samir. He's also helping our consultant to create awareness of Huawei portfolio, Huawei solutions. And he's also helping partners to enable their engineers. Then Muhammad Hassan Ayash, he has done a very good job to recognize Huawei inside consultants portfolio. So he has brought lots of consultants on board with Huawei. Now, most of the consultants which I have mentioned here, they know Huawei very well. They are accepting Huawei, and they have already started putting Huawei into their upcoming projects. So this is the achievement which Muhammad has brought onto the table. And also his main responsibility is to develop the business through the contractors as well. As you know that contractors, they have also some requirements of ELV. Muhammad is also helping this vertical by bringing some of the projects through the contractors as well. And the third main thing which Muhammad is doing, the certifications. Like CCTV is one of the big solution portfolio we have. But one challenge which all the partners are raising is that Huawei is not certified with CIRA. So Muhammad he's closely looking this process to get Huawei certified with the CIRA, and he has done a very good job in a couple of very short time period. That now Huawei is soon will be certified by CIRA. We have some timelines provided by CIRA by 15th of November or maximum by 15th of December. Huawei IBS portfolio. Nisha has joined this team early this year, and since she has joined, lots of partners are attracted towards Huawei, and she has done a good job by bringing lots of hospitality and construction focused partners winning back towards Huawei, who the partners who were deviating from Huawei because of the lack of confidence, lack of support. So Nisha has done a good job by bridging this gap and bringing all these partners, clearing their concerns, showing them the right incentives of partners from Huawei. And also she has done good job working with the region to develop some kind of good incentives for partners, which is really helping us to grow into this vertical. Third thing I would like to mention is the key projects, upcoming big projects, where I would like to get support from partners like you to work together with Huawei and see how we can help each other. Because Huawei, is there, but projects are there. But bringing Huawei, only partners can do that, because you are the first one who involved into the projects. You're the first one who engage with the contractors, with the ELV, with the MEP contractors. So I would really appreciate support from all of you to see how we can work together on to upcoming big projects. Like the big projects upcoming is the island project by Wasl. It is next to Burj Al Arab. Wasl is building a big island over there with 2-3 hotels over there, as you can see on the screen. CKR is the consultant over there. Miraj is the project management company, and the RFQ is already floated into the market for MEP. So we would like to see that how we can work together on this project. Maybe you can find the challenge of acceptance in Huawei by the operator, but CCTV we are already approved by Wasl, and we have deployed a couple of good projects with Wasl, which is already up and running. So we don't have any challenge on CCTV segment and UPS segment. So we have a big portfolio. If you see Huawei only on perspective of switching and Wi-Fi, then it's only one part of our portfolio. We have a vast solutions which we can easily pitch into any project. If you cannot get acceptance of switching and Wi-Fi, we can pitch CCTV. We can propose IT equipment, server, storage, UPS, data center facility. This is the complete portfolio we have to consider when we talk about Huawei solutions. Second big project which the RFQ is floated so many times into the market is the Medan group. We have already approached the Medan team and AE7 for the acceptance of Huawei. Again, the acceptance of the active part may be the challenge, but acceptance of the CCTV, we have a still chance. Data center, yes, we have still chance. UPS, we have a still chance. So if I would like to see the efforts from each one of us, how we can help each other into this project. Third one is Heart of Europe. Although the project has been delayed to the next year, but still we have this big opportunity. I have been visited this site a couple of times. The progress is there. The project is up and running. We have still big opportunity in the pipeline. We can let's see how we can work together on this opportunity as well. So these are the key things which I would like to see about my team. So now you know each one of us. So we are more than supportive here, and you are more than welcome here to get any kind of support from our team. Each team member of my team are totally supportive and always available to support our partner in all aspects. Thank you everyone. Kailash, on to you.
Thank you, Shahid, for the introduction on the hospitality vertical. It was very informative. I hope the audience enjoyed it as much as I did. Our next speaker is Mr. Sam Raitani, Huawei Network Solution Manager, who will walk us through the Huawei product portfolio. Over to you, Sam.
Everybody, just to inform you guys again, my name is Sam Raitani. I'm handling the solutions, hospitality solutions within Huawei for UAE. So for the next, I would say, 15 minutes or so, we're going to talk a little bit about what's new in hospitality, especially in the Wi-Fi 6 era and the era of AI as well. And then I'm going to hand it over to my colleague as well to give you a brief about GPON solutions. So the name of the game in hospitality, you know, a lot has definitely changed. That's very true. We have a lot of new fancy toys that we can play with in terms of, but there are still some key pillars that are especially crucial for hoteliers in our day and time, and that would be how do they maintain the loyalty of their guests, right? And consistency is going to be key. Okay, they market and they spend a lot of money marketing themselves as, you know, a home away from home and all of these catchphrases, right? How do we give them that home-like experience where they can, you know, use their Netflix or their Apple devices on their network seamlessly and give them that promise of a home away from home experience, right? But how do they fulfill that, and how do they take that to the next level, right? Because whenever you introduce new technologies into the hotel, obviously there's a lot of administrative challenges, right? How do I maintain that loyalty so that I don't go back on my promises of my marketing to my guests, right? So there's a touch of personalization that's being introduced now, whether that's done through an app-friendly property navigation solution that they have, or frictionless mobile check-in or checkout options, you know, proximity-based location. All of that has been done to try to maintain that loyalty. So that's really the game in hospitality, is consistency, maintaining that customer loyalty, maintaining their 5-star rating on TripAdvisor or Booking.com. That's what it all means. But certainly that's not the least in terms of what we generally tend to forget about is I would say, the consistent experience, which has to be done for the facility operations or the administrative operations, right? Because that can directly impact the profitability of the company, of the hotel, or the productivity as well. You know, you want your IT staff or your IT manager to focus less on doing these troubleshooting tickets that they have to do, and more on things like the ability to use the technology to do things like, you know, locate lost luggage carts or to find the dining trays that have been misplaced. And what's popular today is looking at things like guest safety and also staff safety, right? So we have a bunch of ecosystem out there that is trying to push for things like panic buttons that work over the Wi-Fi. So the idea here is that in order for us to drive this consistent experience, not only for the guests, but also for the administration, to provide that personalization for our guests and to maintain that loyalty, it's all about having an infrastructure. A Wi-Fi infrastructure is no longer just about providing great Wi-Fi, right? It's about hoteliers evaluating Wi-Fi vendors based on interoperation with ecosystems, right? Partnerships to help them take on the new devices that are coming onto the Wi-Fi. Things like facial recognition, robots to facilitate guest experiences, VRs, right? That's going to be a big deal here. Now, especially when this talk of 5G is coming and the idea of having a vertical collaboration with everyone, what you would start seeing is, for example, students who would like to check into a hotel and they have a nice VR experience that they can take their headset anywhere on campus, and they want the same thing in your hotel. So that's something that you also have to think about when your hoteliers might ask you these questions. Is my hotel ready for a VR network? And that's some of the things that we'll discuss, right? The ability for you to go anywhere in the hotel or have a special place in the hotel where students or even trainers can go to a special room where they can actually have the wireless VRs work seamlessly. So coming back to our theme here, this is what we see generally happening in hospitality. It's about Wi-Fi 6, right? And Wi-Fi 6 came to solve a lot of the problems that we had in previous generations, right? It is seen as a stepping stone, or probably the most, I would say, viable solution moving forward to cater to all of these new types of technology that's coming out, right? So we have things like artificial intelligence. We have things like neural networks and DLP. I mean, us as a race, I mean, we're not just now teaching human beings how to learn, right? I mean, we're teaching computers to do our tasks for us, right? So these computers using artificial intelligence can provide a lot more data to us. They can provide it in a much more timely fashion. So putting that in mind, you're going to start to see a lot of these newer devices, right? We talk about this endpoint explosion, right? So Wi-Fi 6 came to solve that problem. How do I incorporate all of these devices on my infrastructure? And that's where we get these new numbers that you probably see in the marketing is, 4 times the capacity, right? 70% decrease in the latency, right? And that's very important because you have to realize if you're going to put a VR headset over the Wi-Fi, that has a very low latency requirements that Wi-Fi 5 can't frankly support. Okay, so moving forward, Wi-Fi 6 is seen as the prime candidate because of the technologies that have been introduced into that standard, right? And if we take a look at, and if you read the reports from IDC or other third-party reports, it's very clear that if you are going to, as a vendor, right, if we're going to be produced or giving out Wi-Fi 6 access points to our customers, everybody has to comply to Wi-Fi 6, okay, in order for us to get that Wi-Fi 6 label, right? So how does the customer or how do hoteliers evaluate now, right? Which Wi-Fi 6 vendor should I go with, right? Because everyone has to comply. So if you take a look at these reports like IDC, they would tell you, well, why don't you take a look at what are the feature sets that they're using on top of Wi-Fi 6 that can provide you the most benefit? So keep in mind, Wi-Fi 6 didn't come to solve all the problems in Wi-Fi, right? It is known to solve issues in high density scenarios, and it's known to solve issues where you are now communicating with users in a multi-user space where you weren't able to do so before. Now, I think Huawei is well positioned in this because if you take a look at the main technology behind Wi-Fi 6 is coming from the carrier market, and that would be OFDMA, right? So the capability to have simultaneous connections with users so they get that more wired-like experience over the Wi-Fi. So a lot of these technologies are coming from the carrier market, and inherently with our experience in that space from Huawei, we get to introduce a lot of great technologies that you'll come to see moving forward, especially as it relates to hospitality. So that's a brief on Wi-Fi 6. And let's take a look at some of those technologies that can help customers take full advantage of Wi-Fi 6. The first technology that we have that we've introduced, and this is built on a legacy of smart antenna technology from the carrier market as well, right? And that's what we call our 5G powered smart antennas, right? So it's the ability of your access points now, not just to consider an omnidirectional antenna to provide equal coverage for everyone, because everyone knows in hospitality that's not how it works, right? You can go to a room with a very complex wall structure and you can find out, well, I'm getting minus 65 dB, I'm getting 4 or 5 bars in the living room, but as soon as you step into the bathroom, you have an issue with coverage, right? So smart antenna technologies like this, which are coming from a 5G technology, gives us that edge, right? So if you're getting minus 70 in the bathroom before using our smart antennas, with our smart antennas, you're getting something closer to 66, 67 dB coverage. So that's something that we're very, very happy with. And a lot of our customers are seeing those benefits with our access points. So moving forward, all our access points on Huawei are going to support what we call these smart antennas. So you get, you know, these anti-interference capabilities, right? Because now that you have targeted coverage to the users, they can get a lot more cleaner signals, and they can get a lot farther signals, and they can not only worry about great coverage, it's also help maintain that bandwidth. See, I mentioned before that Wi-Fi 6 does increase the speed, right? It does increase the capacity, but only if you can maintain that proper distance with the AP, right? So if you're using a plain omnidirectional antenna, the benefits of Wi-Fi 6 are probably not going to be realized, right? So if you get down to the technical details, you'll find out that the closer you are to the AP, the more chance and probability that you have to gain that benefits of Wi-Fi 6. Now, with that smart antenna, you can gain those Wi-Fi 6 features at a longer distance than what most other vendors are doing. So this is a nice graphic to show you exactly how you can use it. And you can think of this as an administrative office or as a meeting room, right? So you see typically these are your omnidirectional antennas in your APs and providing, you know, standard 360-degree coverage. Now with the hardware that we have inside the AP, what we're doing is playing with the phases and the shape and the arrays of the antennas so that I can get client feedback. And based on that client feedback, I can go ahead and say, you know what, this guy benefits more from a 30-degree coverage or a 60-degree coverage. And I can maintain that as the user moves. So as that user moves, I continue to get his feedback on where he is and shape the packets and the signal strength to maintain not just the coverage, but also the speed. So this is something that we're very excited about. And a lot of our customers have seen that benefit. And everybody knows that in hospitality, sometimes there are set budgets, okay? It makes a difference between great quality Wi-Fi and a great quality Wi-Fi infrastructure from an average quality infrastructure. What I mean by that is not all hotels have the luxury to place 2 access points in the rooms. And sometimes they have to make do with a single access point in a 1-bedroom, for example. Well, what we can do, and this is what we've done in the 5, for example, is a single access point in a 1-bedroom can give one of the reasons that we were able to go with our access points in this hotel to give them that great, minus 65 dB corner-to-corner coverage within the room at a much better price than what other vendors were offering with their 2 access points. So this is also a very exciting technology for that reason. So the 5 hotel is a prime example of this. We have over 900 access points and corner-to-corner coverage in all the rooms. First Group is also have a hotel in Jumeirah Village. It's called The One, and they had the same issue, right? Very complex wall structures within the bedrooms. And one of the reasons that they chose Huawei is the fact that we had a 4 dB edge over other vendors in terms of maintaining not just the coverage, but you'll see also that we can maintain that speed. So the hotel is promising 100 MB per user, right? But that 100 MB with other vendors can probably be, 5 or 10 meters away, right? Well, we can maintain that 100 dB at a farther distance from the AP. Okay, so this is another hotel that's using our smart antenna. So these are over 500 APs. And recently, this is a recent win for us in Tilal, the Barsha Heights, here in Dubai. Over 900 APs using our smart antennas, and these are our Wi-Fi 6 APs. Now, next thing that you can find that you can take advantage of Wi-Fi 6 with Huawei technologies is what we are using called application acceleration. And this is going to be very, very important in moving forward when hotels like to introduce these VR headsets, right? VR headsets are very latency sensitive, okay? And that's why for the most intensive VR headsets applications, they're using it only on cable, on wired, because as soon as you put that on the wireless infrastructure, you're going to get a lot of people that get dizzy and are going to throw up because they cannot handle that latency requirement with Wi-Fi 5. So with Wi-Fi 6, they're using application acceleration technology, which is coming from our carrier market again. So that has been introduced into the enterprise space in 802.11 Wi-Fi. So what that does is give you a faster deep packet inspection. And it's not just for virtual reality, right? Any application that you pick, that you want to have accelerated. So usually what happens is I can now detect the packets of this application, and I can dynamically allocate a quality of service for that application that can help bring that latency down to where it needs to be, especially for the VR headsets. So when we're taking a look at the application acceleration technologies, in Huawei, we're using what we're called that 5G network slicing that we get from the carrier market and bring it into our wireless LAN space in the enterprise market. So you'll see here that compared with the standards that you see in Wi-Fi 6 or even Wi-Fi 5, it's gone down 50% in terms of the latency. So that's very, very exciting for us moving forward. What we're also taking a look at is convergence, right? The idea here, like I said, you're going to be incorporating or judging, the Wi-Fi solutions based on, whether they can incorporate a channel system or an ecosystem of partnerships that can turn your network infrastructure into more of a personalization platform, right? So you have, for example, indoor navigation. You might have things like online door locks. You might have things where you're using something with augmented reality. Again, all back to the theme of how can I personalize the experience with the guests, right? So IoT becomes very important with that. So all the access points moving forward in Huawei will be providing built-in BLE beacons by default, okay? And we also have expansion slots for different IoT protocols. And as you can see, we have access points that can pop open the hood, and you can insert PCIe cards. And we're the only vendor today that can actually have passive RFID for your asset tracking, right? Because we also have things like assets that need to be tracked that are not on active RFID. Active RFID is very easy to deal with because it's just using, Wi-Fi, right? But how do I converge your passive RFID to do things like the asset tracking or even attendance, right? Employee attendance. So might have RFID badges on them, and wherever they pass by a certain area, there should be enough electromagnetic in the air to catch that tag, and that's what we can provide within our access points. So we're the only vendors that can provide that RFID tag within our access points. So you get that RFID antenna and RFID reader, and you can place it right inside this AP in a PCIe slot card. Okay. And again, we have a dedicated chipset inside the AP. We call the IoT chipset that supports Zigbee, and you can program that to support a whole host of IoT protocols once they come out. So that can also be Zigbee or Thread or any new type of IoT protocols that come out. So this is very exciting. And one of the ways that you can use and to give that personalized experience to the guests is through augmented reality. And what we see here is with our partner PointR, who helps us with indoor navigation, providing turn-by-turn navigation with the BLE beacons, right? Well, we're taking that step further, right, and try to do it with augmented reality, so that you can do things like treasure hunts for the kids, and that can increase the loyalty to the customers, right? So it's with our partners that we're able to do a lot of these beautiful things, and that's what matters. Because when you have an infrastructure that supports Wi-Fi, you're getting great experience on accessing the internet, but that's not what is going to increase your customer loyalty for them to come back and spend their dirhams on your hotel again, right? It is what is the ecosystems that we can support on top of that that can make your infrastructure outshine other vendors' infrastructure, right? So one of the vendors that we use for this is PointR. They provide the augmented reality, they provide the turn-by-turn navigation, and they also provide analytics for our customers. So we work very closely with PointR. Again, moreover to the administrative side as well, right? So we can do things like panic button assistance. So if you have an employee who's working somewhere at night in the hotel, and she senses some kind of danger, right? Well, if you have some kind of active RFID or a beacon that she has that she can press at any time whenever she feels like she's in danger, that can alert a nearby security guard to go towards her direction, right? And also you can apply the same kind of concept to the guests, right? They want to track whether the cleaning lady has done with your room, and if she's done with your room, maybe you can leave the pool and go back into your hotel room, right? So these are the type of technologies where customers are going to start to evaluate, can my vendor support these kinds of personalization features? So we have a host of Wi-Fi 6 products. Actually, these are the most comprehensive portfolio in the industry for Wi-Fi 6, and we've had that for at least 2 years now. We have entry-level access points that are wall-mounted, that go behind the TV or below the desk. and ceiling mounted, as well as outdoor access points. So a full range of access points. And I'm probably sure some of you are thinking, where are these numbers coming from? 16 transmit and 16 receive antennas. Well, again, it's that expertise that we get from the carrier market. The ability for us to have the technology and the knowledge of how do we shrink those antennas to fit in the enterprise space, because that's the problem. In enterprise space, you cannot really put a giant access point like you see in some of the buildings here for 4G or 5G, right? So how do we shrink those antennas and place them inside a smaller form factor for the enterprise? So that's why you'll see in Huawei alone, you'll see that 16 by 16 transmit and receive antennas, full holistic portfolio. So last and certainly not least would be your campus automation, right, to improve your operations of the network. And this is a very, very hot topic today, and one where I believe the future is going to be, right? For so long, automation was only seen as something that you can do in a data center. But moving forward, we've taken all that benefits that you get in the data center and applied it to real-time cases, real use cases in the enterprise space. So if we take a look at a traditional campus, right, if you're an operator or you're a property developer as well, and this will be very popular for property developers, because they have multi-vendor networks and they're like, you know what, I don't want to introduce another vendor. I just need something to help me manage all my properties. Well, this is something that you can use. You cannot really get away when you construct the network from these 4 different points, right? It's the plan. You got to do your wireless LAN heat maps, you got to do your wire planning, your IP addresses, your VLANs, your site design, all that needs to be done. And then you have a deployment phase, right? You have a deployment phase, whether that's going to be done by sending someone to the site. It has to be very technical, install those devices. Moving forward, though, you're going to have a capability where you can pre-deploy it on the cloud, on-premise, or on public cloud, and have an employee or someone non-technical just scan barcodes and install it on the ceiling. So that's a deployment phase. And then you have the operations and maintenance, and that's your typical, ticket comes in. You see your management network management tool, simple SNMP, and you have to go and dig through the switch, dig through the Wi-Fi access point, find out where the problem is, and it can take you several days just to figure out a simple problem. Well, the future is about predictive maintenance, right? It is about how do you get your infrastructure to talk to you, or how do you send business, or how do you get the network to read the business, right? And predict outcomes or predict problems that may happen, so that you can, in a timely manner, try to solve them. So to do that, iMaster NCE platform, right? So this is we've had this for now almost 3-4 years now. It's nothing new for us. We've had this for a while, but every year we add and increase features. And it's an open platform, right? It's a secure cloud-native infrastructure, so something that you can put on the cloud or on-premise. It allows you to easily layer services on top of it and add applications that will deliver different experiences for guests or even for the management. Okay, so you can think of this as a simple dashboard where you can log in anywhere in the world through your HTTPS browser and have a full view of your entire network platform, right? So you'll get things like automatic deployment. So you can now create templates for your different branches. So for example, my 5-star hotels, if you're a property developer, are going to be using certain templates. So you sit down with a network administrator and say, these are the templates that we'll use for 5-star hotels, these are the templates that we'll use for 4-star hotels, etc. And then you can choose whether you want to automate that. And that's what I think could set us apart from everyone else. Not everyone else has, that virtualization technique so that they can orchestrate OSPF, they can orchestrate the BGP, they can orchestrate site-to-site deployments, right? A lot of what other vendors are doing in this space is focusing just on creating templates for branches. But how do we now automate that so that we don't have to worry about pushing configurations, right? Now it's about virtualizing everything, so we don't actually have to worry about the IP addresses or the MAC and all that. All that is seen as an endpoint instead of a specific IP address. So you get this nice, beautiful dashboard, which incorporates security, which incorporates the management, which incorporates intelligent operation and management, right? And a LAN-WAN convergence, and that's where we're moving on next. So you'll see the capability for you to manage not just your WAN side, but also your LAN and your wireless configurations, all from a simple dashboard where you can create, as you can see here, this is my SD-WAN profile for this branch, this is my campus LAN profile for that branch, and so on. So it's a multi-tenant environment, so different users can have different credentials to log into certain sites to configure their devices. So again, this would be most beneficial to property developers who have a lot of hotels, they'd like to manage it from a single location, or it can be for an operator who says, you know what, I want that cloud-like feeling of a cloud-based solution, but I want it comprehensive. And I want it in a way where I can install on my premise. I don't have to worry about compliances going outside the cloud. So this is where this kind of technology shines. And one of the benefits, again, is you get a lot of features, just like cloud does, natively, inherently, you get a lot of features that you otherwise had to go and get from third-party sources. So we built into this cloud, public or private, by the way, a native wireless LAN planner. So let me just go ahead and play this for you so you can see if you're an IT manager or if you're a property developer and you need to develop, a BOQ for wireless devices. Well, you can do all of this in the cloud, and you can say, well, let me make sure that what I'm going to propose in my hotel, for example, is going to actually work out. So you can do this 3D navigation. You can show, okay, the guests are going to walk from this location to that location, and I want to make sure that they get the right coverage and they get the right signal strength for voice grade quality Wi-Fi, for example. So as you can see here, it's very, very easy to use for your IT managers or your property developers, so they can create a BOQ and give it to the vendor. And now the vendor can say, fine, you've done the checking yourself and you see yourself how it works. And now you can start to decrease the deployment times that you need for your new properties, where otherwise it would have taken you a month just to do something that simple. So once you have that configuration done, you can go ahead and put that access point, for example, in this template for that hotel, and we can do the barcode scanning and send that AP to that property. So a non-technical person just has to place the AP, open his app, and in that app you'll see locations where this AP is going to be placed. Press deploy, mount the AP, and you get that configuration downloaded onto the AP. So a very, very nice feature to have. And let's not forget about all the IoT devices and all of the terminals that need to be identified in the next generation campus. So that's what we also take into consideration, right? So we have one of the most comprehensive terminal identification engines in the industry. So as you can see, this is just a sample of other things that we can detect, and also the newer devices, the newer IoT devices. So all of that is available in a very simple dashboard. And last, again, but certainly not least, is the predictive O&M that I talked to you about. So we're moving away from simple SNMP, or you get a call and you need to troubleshoot something, to more of a predictive way to do it. So we take advantage of newer technologies like artificial intelligence, like DLP and neural networks, the idea of digital twins, right? So the idea where you can now extract your network, virtualize it, right? Very exciting concepts, and have a digital copy of it. And once you have a digital copy of it, and of your entire wireless network, for example, what you can do is say, okay, I'm going to get AI to come in here, and I want it to do its magic, and I want it to do its thing, and tell me what is the best way for me to optimize my wireless LAN network. So it can go ahead and do its thing here. So we have this before and after picture showing you how the algorithm works. So it's using DLP or neural networks here to simulate the network. This whole idea of digital twins, provide you, what if I move it here? What if I move the access point here, or change the channel here? Then I'm going to go ahead and provide that feedback to the server, so that the IT manager can say, well, you know what, in 1 week's time, this AP might cause problems because there's a lunch meeting in that room and they're taking up a lot of the bandwidth. So we suggest for you to turn on the third radio, or to turn on, and that can happen dynamically, by the way, right? You just have to approve that. So that's the kind of predictive maintenance that we're talking about when we're talking about our new proactive operation and maintenance, which we're calling Campus Insight. So this is just some screenshots of the dashboard, very, very comprehensive. So you get that protocol analysis, which will be very important in Wi-Fi 6, because you'll come to know that your previous protocol analyzers will not support the Wi-Fi 5. So moving forward, this becomes even more important to support your new Wi-Fi 6 devices. So again, here, this is the fault that AI found on the top screen here, on the top part, right? And what they suggest to do, what channels to place your APs on to have a much more cleaner environment. So this is the before and after shots. So putting all this together, we have one of our most successful references using our Wi-Fi 6 access points and using our iMaster NCE network automation tool is Switzerland's largest stadium. So this can hold a total of 40,000 seats, but in actuality, if you talk about the number of supporters that it can have is 60,000 supporters. So again, this is a very impressive thing that we keep talking about. It's that the high density scenarios with instruction of our Wi-Fi 6 access points, seamlessly connecting all of these guests at the same time, right? So we have about a 20 to 30% concurrency rate, which again is almost unheard of in the industry. Most others are using 10 to 15% concurrency because of the limitations of Wi-Fi 5. So with Wi-Fi 6, you can easily increase the number of users that can be concurrent on that. And we're using our Wi-Fi 6 760s for that. And on top of that, they're using our cloud. So they're using our cloud to actually deploy these access points and configure the templates that they need for different sections of the property, because you actually have the public spaces, you have the administrative spaces, and then you have the spaces for the restaurants. All have different templates to be configured. So you can see here, it takes a lot shorter time, 1 day instead of 3, to diagnose the issues using our Campus Insight. So very, very, very beautiful win that we have. Now, before I let you go, we'll have just some high-level references here that we wanted to show you, some of our key references in hospitality, and I believe Puya has already gone through most of these references. So I'm going to go ahead and skip these. And with that, like I said, in Huawei, we have a holistic IT portfolio, and everything I mentioned here falls under the IP portfolio. So we're talking about routing, switching, and security. Now, we also have a very attractive feature, which is called GPON, which is basically your passive optical networks, which can help you support different types of scenarios like large high-rise buildings, or again, scenarios where you have, to pull fiber in a very, very large distances, where you see in resorts. So next will be, I believe, Kimi, my colleague, will be talking about the GPON solutions. And again, I'd like to thank everyone for joining. I'm going to hand it back over now.
Thank you, Sarah, for the very comprehensive presentation. This is the very powerful message for our valuable customers and partners, and I'm pretty sure this shows how basically Huawei succeeded for the last few years and positioned Huawei in top 5 technology company in the world. That is a big message for everyone in the market. Next, we have our valuable customer, Mr. Osama Arshad, EL lead at ALEC, who will be sharing his experience with Huawei with us. And without further ado, I would love to bring Osama on board. Osama, please, stage is yours.
I'm going to share my experience, our experience regarding Huawei products, which we use for one of our hospitality products, hospitality like network solutions. Here, first of all, I'm going to explain for myself. I am Osama Arshad from ALEC Technologies, and we are doing ELV system implementations for ALEC. And ALEC, I'm going to explain now about us. What we are. ALEC is a big construction company in this Middle East region, and it is like they are doing full turnkey solutions for complete development. And the ALEC has multiple different subsidiaries in which, like under which we are also following ALEC Technologies, and we are working with MEP and ALEC. MEP division is LMCO, and with them we are doing full ELV solutions. And like we are implementing ELV system deployments from since 2010, and like we have been done 2 billion AED words ELV implementations, in which like most of the projects are like airports and sector is hospitality sector. We have done a lot of projects. Education sector, we have done a lot of projects. So this is our brief intro. And the next, I'm going to explain about our experience with Huawei product, which we use for Jumeirah Living Marina Gate. In this project, like we have 2 different type of networks. Like one is for hotel and one is for landlord, which is admin network. For hotel network, we used Huawei GPON system. In that system, we have like same core cluster and then OLT, and then we have further devices which are ONTs inside guest rooms. This hotel is consisting of 104 guest rooms and then podium areas. And in that project, we use complete Huawei end-to-end solution, which is consisting on our wireless network and then firewalls. Everything is from Huawei. And the next thing is like I want to mention that like why we are using Huawei and why we are happy after doing implementation of Huawei system for this project. Like we are happy because that is complete Huawei end-to-end solution. And it is compatible fully like operational. We are not facing any kind of issues in that. And secondly, the good thing is easy implementation or integration with other vendors in the market. Like one of the example which we got is Jumeirah Living. They are having admin network and they are managing firewalls through Juniper firewalls. And then after that, like earlier it was Huawei firewall, and we changed it to Juniper, and then we integrated Juniper firewall with Huawei full infrastructure, and then it is seamlessly working fine, and there is no issues reported. So this is one of the example which we just saw that Huawei products are like easily integratable with other vendors. And next is performance. There is no such issues we have found. We have been found in this like kind of infrastructure. And then the next thing is after sale services. If we are getting good response from Huawei when we have any kind of issues and we need to enhance some kind of security things. So Huawei is supporting us in a lot of ways, and like this is what we have a good experience from Huawei. And the best benefit is that for GPON especially is that like we can efficiently like utilize our bandwidths as per our requirement, and then network management is easy, and maintenance requirement are less. And like these are the things, like physical equipments are less, cabling quantum is less, GPON system is like kind of good technology. If we have for especially for hospitality, because we have guest rooms and we have different services like for in the guest room, like IPTV, telephone, and a lot of services are there. So we can use Huawei GPON system to reduce the cabling, because in the traditional edge switches to core switches, we have to pull a lot of copper cabling from our IDFs, which are like again from different levels. So we have to do a bulk of cabling from guest rooms to the telecom rooms. So now we can reduce that by using GPON system. So this is like what we have experienced with the Huawei, and I like that we should and secondly, the second thing which I noticed is they are like enhancing GPON things to the next level. Like they have going to that next solution is fiber with power, that kind of solution. For that, we don't need power units like at the field site. So that is again an interesting thing and future-proof thing. So that's what our experience is with Huawei. And thank you very much. And I'm going to hand over it back to the team.
Thank you, Osama, for sharing your experience and journey with Huawei. As you rightly mentioned, vendor support is important as the services and technology. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Kimi to take us through the Huawei optics solutions, basically GPON. And I'm pretty sure you will be amazed by this presentation. Kimi, over to you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Kimi. I'm from Huawei Middle East EBG network solution sales. I'm major focus on the campus optical solution in the whole region. So today I will introduce the Huawei campus optical solution for hospitality. This campus optical is combined for IP plus GPON. Here I will show you the solutions, the key message, and the productions, and some successful cases. First, let's have introduce for the deep fiber concept. In traditional network, usually from the main IT room to each floor's IDF room, we are use fiber. But from the IDF room to each room, guest room, to the desk, to the end user side, we normally use the Ethernet cable. Deep fiber means here we will use fiber from each floor's IDF room to the guest room, to the desks, to the ceiling, to the end user devices, and even to the AP and cameras. This is the meaning of deep fiber. Why we should use the deep fiber in the campus network? First, Ethernet cable is made of copper, which is limited resources and will be more and more expensive. But fiber is made of sand, which we can get it from anywhere. And then fiber is 80% more power efficiency than the copper. And use Huawei technology, we can cover 40 kilometer distance than 100 meters by the copper. And fiber can last for about 30 years, which is about 4 times than the copper. Or the fiber is greener and more sustainable solution in the campus network. Okay, I just told the deep fiber concept. I will introduce the Huawei campus optical solution. Huawei campus optical solution is use of the deep fiber concept. Below is the comparison of traditional Ethernet solution and campus optic solution. Traditional network usually have about 100 meter Ethernet cable from the access switch to the end devices. Huawei is promoting the campus optic solution, which is also called IP plus GPON or POL, which have more flattened network and have 3 major advantages. The first one you can see from the top. This campus optic solution is combined, integrated. It have both products advantages. First, with GPON, for the user side, we can provide G port 10G PON, or in the future with a 50G PON in the future. And another thing, from our ORT to the core switch side, we have the 10G and the 100G. Is another thing for our core switch. We can run without any changes for many years, because our core switch density is higher than the industry. So the whole network is easy evolution for future use. The second one is campus optic solution is greener by use of the passive network splitter in the aggregation layer, which is no need any power, and sometimes no need the IDF room, because we can deploy it in anywhere, like wall mounted. So like this, we can save the 80% of IT room and the power consumption when we use this solution. So we can use these saved rooms for other commercial uses. And another thing, we can save the cabling cost because we use one fiber for multi-service. For each room, we no need to do cabling, many cabling, Ethernet cable for many service. We only need to deploy one fiber. So it can save cabling cost. The third one is we can save the labor cost because campus optic solution is use a converged network and with a unified NMS system. So we can use only one person for the whole network maintenance. And also our ONU in the GPON system is plug and play. We no need to any configuration on the end user side. So it's very simplified for the operation and maintenance. This solution can use in many scenarios, not only in hotels, but also can use in schools, transportations, and office. Here is a dedicated campus optic solution for hotels. Below is the top. It's very innovation solutions. It uses one fiber for one room and can supply multi-service. As we see in the guest room, we can use a GPON system to provide one ONT in each room to support multi-service, such as Wi-Fi, voice, video, and internet. And in a public area, we can use a PoE ONU to support the AP and cameras, or we can use our new technology, which is called hybrid cable with power, which likes the PoE functions in the fibers to support the fiber directly to connect to the AP and cameras. It's a new technology. And in the office and meeting rooms, we can use the traditional switch solutions, which we can deploy one switch in each room. And also we can use a deep fiber, like fiber to the desk, deploy one ONU under each desk to provide the service. We have two choices. And we can combine the IP and the GPON solution in the hotel network and use a unified NMS called NCE campus to manage the whole network. Okay, and then I will introduce the products, the campus optical products for hotels. As we see in the core equipment room, we have the NMS, IMAS, NCE, and core switch, and our ORT, EAC58 series, and ODF. In the ELV room, in the IDF room, in each floor, we can have switch for general solutions, and we can have the GPON solutions like the ODF, ODM parts. Here these solutions is these products, this with hardbooks, subbooks, pre-collected keyboard is our new solutions for hotels. It is called quick audience solution. It can collect keyboard, simple as Ethernet cables. For the end-to-end solutions, we no need any splicing. So we can collect fiber easy as Ethernet cable. Okay. In a guest room, we can provide the latest Wi-Fi 6 ONTs. This W6 to 6E or 8 to 6E with GPON or 10G PON solutions. In the public areas, we can provide PoE ONUs, such as we have the OpticStar S892, which have 2x uplink with XGS PON and the downlink with 4 times 10G. So it's suitable for the Wi-Fi 6 backhaul solutions. Okay. In the public area, we can, okay. And also we can support the remote POC in our headquarters for this, or our regional office. And then I will introduce let us see a video of the about the Yunnan Lost Stone Hotel, which have the concept of using the to see how the use green and deep fiber concept to help them to build the architecture and the artwork, make them make the architecture and the network disappear into nature. Okay, let's the hotel, the materials are used from from nature, the stones built for the hotels and parts and walls. This is from nature. This connector with nature doesn't mean disconnected from the modern life. They use our campus office solution to brought the collection to everywhere in within the hotel. Okay. We also have many other cases, sexual cases, or within region or other regions. The first one is Jamila Medinet Hotel. This project was about 5 years ago. Use our campus optic solution for the rooms and the resorts. Customer is very extremely satisfied with our solution, and because it's easy to maintenance, and for last 5 years there is no single issue happens in the network. So the network is very stable. And just the customer already said they already deployed this solution in the Marilla Gate and other Jamila new hotels. We also have the case in the Taji Hotel, which we have more than many Taji Hotel all over the world use our campus optic solution. This is a Taji Hotel in JLT, and we also have the cases in India and some other countries for the Taj hotels. And we have deep collection with the hotels where we are making the standards with the hotel to make standards for the campus optic solutions as standard in Taji Hotel. And we also have cases in Jewel Hotel. This is the world's tallest hotel in Dubai. This January we have visit to this hotel. The customer also very satisfied with the solution. They deployed ONTs in each room for multi-service with Wi-Fi, with built-in Wi-Fi. Okay. And we also have the RU hotel with we deploy this project in the at very early stage and work together with the consultant companies to make the design together to achieve this. And okay, and this is another hotel okay. In the last, we will see a video about the Mexico Cancun Hotel. We have a video for this. This is, let's see this. Okay.
Patient is a niche marketization. We've been switching from older guests to younger guests. That's why we had to invest a lot in technology in this hotel. We did a renovation of a property of $60 million. It was the first hotel in Cancun, and now is the most modern hotel in Cancun. We hear about this like new technology, and we wanted to bring like the top of the top. When they come into the hotel, that's when we were looking for innovation. So you can see what's the program of the day, what's happening at the time, which restaurant you can do that through your mobile. You can do anything. But when you're in your room, through the TV, you can interact with people who's already in the property. So it's like a small social media, but very private when you're in the hotel. So that's giving us something that nobody else has.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Thank you, Kimi. I hope our audience enjoyed the presentation on GPON technology and the customer references that you mentioned on the videos. We now move on to our panel discussion. We will have a very comprehensive session about Huawei Intelligent Infrastructure. Joining me in this panel today will be Mr. Mohammed Shahid, Huawei Hospitality Vertical Director, Mr. Samer Tani, Huawei Network Solution Manager, Mr. Kimi, Huawei Enterprise Network Solutions Sales Department, Kamran from IVS team, and Mr. Osama from ALEC. Thank you everyone for joining us today for these sessions. One more time, welcome all of you, and thank you for the beautiful presentation you had for our valuable customers. So I'm going to start our question. I'm going to directly ask a question. This question is for you, Mohammed. I'm pretty sure our partners that they would like to know what is the Huawei go-to-market strategy on hospitality vertical. If you could please brief us on this one, it's going to be great.
Hello again, everyone. Go-to-market strategy is very clear for Huawei Hospitality Vertical. Like we want to grow together with partners. Working as a direct touch with the end customer can get us few individual successes. But if engaging with right partner ecosystem, that can bring us ultimate success. We want to understand partners' pain point, their concerns, their adaptability, their criteria for selection of vendors. That then we can design incentive plan according to their concerns to encourage them. What we have seen, the partners are not motivated to consider Huawei by default. So we want to understand what are the motivation is required to boost this kind of confidence in partners. So this is one of the key points we want to understand. And second thing, what we want is most important for us is the customer satisfaction. We always try to provide the best of breed technology and solution at a very cost-effective way to consider customers' pain point also. And also most of the projects what we are doing in hospitality, we ensure from Huawei directly the guest experience by providing corner-to-corner Wi-Fi coverage. These are the main strategy to grow together with partners in hospitality vertical we are adopting.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Shahid, for the explanation on this one. Summer, the next question is going to be for you. Compared to the vendor that they provide Wi-Fi 6 products, what are the advantages Huawei bring to the table?
Yeah, thanks. That's a very good question. And this is a question that is also being asked with the third-party reports that I mentioned in my presentation, like IDC.
Right.
And when you compare the fact that everyone has to comply to Wi-Fi 6, we need to take a look at what is it that we are offering on top of Wi-Fi 6 to give that personalized touch. And what we're doing is basically taking what we have by virtue of our extensive expertise in 5G technology. We bring these cutting edge technologies down into the enterprise space for our Wi-Fi 6 sector. And some of these technologies we've already discussed in the presentation. That would be like the 5G powered smart antennas, right? We're talking about the 5G powered radio calibration, the application acceleration, which is again coming from our 5G expertise, to accelerate applications like VR headsets and other type of future applications that we don't know yet that will be on the Wi-Fi and others. And that's what I would say in a nutshell would be the advantages that we have.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Samar. So the next question is going to be for you, Kamran, on the IVS part. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a question for a majority of the partners. Can Huawei cameras work with a third-party VMS? And please share your thoughts on the edge computing and what are its benefits. Does Huawei have the edge computing cameras?
Okay, so thank you for bringing up this question, Kailash. Huawei cameras can be connected to third-party VMSs because we understand that many customers have already invested in some kind of VMS. So our cameras are completely open and can be integrated with third-party VMSs. Plus, there's one more point that you raised is edge computing. So edge computing is a technology where all computing, all processing is being done on the edge node, which in this case is a camera. The beauty or the unique capability that Huawei is offering is that we are providing not only edge computing on the camera, but our software-defined cameras are coming with a unique capability that enables our software-defined camera to replicate its own functionality to other existing cameras. So that means for all the partners, if your existing customers have invested in CCTV network, in CCTV environment, they are already having cameras, then by introducing Huawei's software-defined camera into the picture, they can have advanced functionalities on their existing cameras. Now, this is phenomenal. This is a unique capability that only Huawei's video surveillance is providing right now.
Perfect. Thank you, Kamran. I think these are the features that all partners are going to consider when they provide any solution to our customers. The next question is going to be on the GPON. I'm going to pass it on to you, Kimi. Can you please let our partner knows about the Huawei IP GPON unique advantage compared to the other vendors in the market? I'm pretty sure the other vendors, they have pretty much the same solution as Huawei has. If you could just let us know what are the advantage to the other vendor, and then features that partners they can enjoy it and offer it to our customer.
Okay, thank you for your question. I will let me simply answer this question. First one, Huawei is a market need for the PON products. We ranked #1 in the market for about 11 years. And for the Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 6 is not largest in the global shipment and commercial contracts.
Right.
And another one, we were the #1 standard maker. We are #1 in the ITU-T PON standards and patents, and contributed for about 25% of standards drafts, ranking #1. And another thing is we have the excellent service experience. Huawei has been certified by TUI for a third party task organization. Our single radio throughput reaches 3 Gbps, which is 1 Gbps faster than the second one, the second place one. Yes, and another one, we are the industry pioneer because we have the industry's first commercial use of Wi-Fi 6. Another thing, we have the combined unified NMS platform, the NCE Campus or eSite. For the GPON, roadmap, we already have the GPON and 10 GPON in commercial, and in the future, I just said we have the 20 two dual uplink 10 SGS PON. This means 20 GPON, and another thing we have 50 GPON in the future. Okay.
Okay, that's great. Perfect.
Okay.
Great. Thank you, Kimi, for the reply. Next question is going to be for Osama. Osama, can you please let us know and share your experience as well? What is the main reason that you're working with Huawei?
The main reason, Kirash, is regarding like we can get full complete turnkey solution from Huawei because it's full end to end. It is nothing like we can get only switching from Huawei or like some kind of limited solution from Huawei. It is full end to end solution. Even the next good thing and best thing you can say is like Huawei products are in terms of quality is comparatively good compared to other leading vendors in the market, and also cost effective solution where it's a winning point for Huawei. And then after that, the last thing is I will say about after sales services, which is very good, like as per our expectation, and like I'm expecting that it will go further to the next level.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the case, and I mean we've been seeing this one in the market. Majority of customer, they're not just choosing Huawei because the product and solution they provide. It's not just because of the end-to-end solution that they have, the one-stop shop. It's the support and services on the top, plus when they're totally involved, and they want to make sure that the customer they get a quality of service that they should. Because for us, for sure, for Huawei, customer is number one, and this is the main goal. I mean, majority of things that we do is just to make sure the customer is happy. Thank you, Osama, for sharing this with us. Samar, I'm going to pass this question to you. It's regarding the same thing that you explained, you demonstrated on your presentation on the Huawei iMaster NC campus. Can you think this is going to solve my network operation challenges that I have? I'm pretty sure the other vendor competitor, they have pretty much the same thing, but it's just if you can highlight the feature that is important for the IT managers that they're looking for a good NMS is something that they can do the monitoring, do the configuration, and that basically they have one basically platform to do the whole thing through the basically campus, NC campus.
Yeah, so when we talk about this iMaster NCE, sometimes we forget, as I mentioned in the presentation, it's not only just about the consistency when it comes to your guests and maintaining their loyalty, but also maintaining the consistency and worrying about the administrative or the facility operations. And
exactly,
in short, yeah, definitely, it's based on simplicity from the ground up, using our cloud native platform. You get that unified wireless WAN and wired operations, so that they can simplify their day-to-day operations, and they can feel confident in that, and they can send non-technical staff to participate in the deployments of the hotel property, and that will in turn lower reduce the IT headaches that they get whenever they need to get the hotel property up and running. So they can technically send non-technical switch or Wi-Fi device using a mobile app, so scanning mobile apps, so that makes it a lot easier for them to get the devices working. So the must-have features for all network administrators can be accomplished to facilitate the operations from the planning phase, deployment phase, operation and maintenance phase, and optimization. So with a single pane of glass management, you get all these operations completed: the wired, the wireless, the WAN,
right,
and the efficiency of your O&M is dramatically improved. Yeah.
Right, you totally nail it. I mean, I totally agree with you because when it comes to the network management and monitoring, the whole thing, I mean, one of the things that help our customer to bring the total cost of ownership is just make sure that they're going to have a team to maintain the whole thing. I'm pretty sure iMaster NC is going to help all of our customers to have a peace of mind and easy job to do to monitor the whole thing through a platform. And as you rightly mentioned, they don't need to have a senior solutions or senior network engineer to monitor the whole thing. They can have a junior staff, which bring the cost down for a customer. So that's going to be part of the total cost of ownership for any end user. I mean, this is going to be a plus for any basically partner to offer it to a customer. Kamran, the next question is for you again on the obvious part, the CCTV. You think how Huawei cater hospitality surveillance requirement, which are highly price competitive. I mean, very competitive when it comes to pricing. So can you please share the if Huawei has any cloud-based solution as well for CCTV, if you can just address this for our partners.
And this is very important because earlier when we had been into CCTV industry since 2011, and it was actually in 2017 and 18 that we started to invest heavily in a CCTV product line. And earlier we used to focus only on the bigger projects on high-end cameras, but lately we have launched a complete commercial and distributor series for Huawei, where we can cater to the hospitality sector. These are very price competitive cameras with almost all the functionalities which are needed in the daily hospitality requirements and scenarios. And as far as the cloud is concerned, yes, our cloud is operational in UAE now. We do have a cloud-based solution where if there's a customer, there's a smaller requirement where customer does not need to have a local storage, then they can have Huawei camera connected to Huawei cloud and the system will be running. It will be operational immediately. So yes, we do have a cloud-based solution and we have special products, special cameras for our hospitality sectors, which are very price competitive, which will be able to cater to the requirements as needed.
Oh, perfect. That's a great news for a lot of partners, because I'm pretty sure a lot of partners, they focus on the SMBs. And when it comes to SMB, as you rightly mentioned, they don't want to, you know, basically they don't have a budget and they don't have, you know, basically capacity to have a storage on their own. So if you have a very competitive price when it comes to CC for SMBs and then cloud-based solution, that's going to be music to all of the partners' ears. That's going to be great. Thank you, Kamran, for that.
Yep.
Shahid, I'm gonna pass this question to you. Who are the customers that Huawei brand is approved? I mean, if you could just clear it for our partners at this point.
During our journey in this market, we have created diversified customer references, where in hospitality, we have Jumeirah Group. We have lots of Jumeirah hotels already up and running on Huawei solution. We have 4 or 5 Millennium hotels in UAE running on Huawei end-to-end solution. Then we have Vendam Group, couple of Ramada and Vendam working on Huawei. We have Taj JLD, is a very good solution of GPON plus switching from Huawei. And then we have a couple of 3-4 star hotels already there into the portfolio. Coming towards the developers, we are already approved with Emaar. We have already deployed a couple of references in Emaar, including their hospitality. We have done Address Fujairah, we have done Rovla Mer, we have done a couple of Emaar corporate solution as well, including IT and storage. And Dubai Cruise Terminal, as Poya has already shared you the references. So all the operators, developers, we have good references over there.
Awesome, thank you, Shahid. I'm pretty sure this is super important for our partners to see when Huawei is approving. Huawei has done a great job in terms of doing the ground job for all of our partners and make the job easy. So when they go to customer, they don't need to just basically do it from the scratch. So everything's approved. The only thing they have to position the solutions and they take it from there. Thank you, Shahid. And the last question is going to be for Osama again. Osama, I mean, as our valuable customer, I mean, I'm pretty sure we would love to know how you think about Huawei and how Huawei in the long run is going to benefit your company.
So I would say about it, like since Huawei solutions, like we can see, like on like every annually we are getting involved solutions, and like kind of it is evolving, solutions are evolving, and even you are thinking that we can use existing infrastructure and like we can improve our services, especially as in today's webinar we saw, like we are going to implement IoT services like which are future proof, and then like we can go to the next level where like everyone is going on AR technologies and like we can do a lot of things which is like future proof. That is one thing. Secondly, like you are competing other vendors as well, which are like leading vendors in the market. And the second most important point is quality and with the best pricing. So that is why we are thinking like we can move on like to the next level with Huawei, because you like we are going to the like next level where we have
Sure.
different solutions, like different area of expertise in that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, this is one of the concern for any customer when they want to pick a brand and choose a vendor. It's not just a fulfilling the requirement. You want to make sure that you have a future with that vendor, which
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Huawei has been in the market for a long time, and it shows the proof, not just in terms of the bulletproof engineering and solutions that they provide to customer, not just the customer services and support on top. It's that's the way they see the whole thing for the future, and as you rightly said, as a future proof. It's one of the
yes,
things that you consider as a customer, as someone who's going to wants with a vendor for a long time, and they're going to be in the market for sure for the next decade.
yeah,
And yeah, exactly. Okay, great. Thank you everyone for the sharing your insight about your experience, your journey, and about the solutions that you provided to us. I hope all of our audience enjoyed the conference so far. And as you can see, all of our speakers, they have a very consistent message on Huawei intelligent infrastructure, which give us confidence to go out and convey the same message to the market. Next going to be an online POC on Idea Hub. I'm pretty sure that all of our partners would love to know how Huawei technology work in the real world. So that's why I would like to introduce Mr. Kamran Shokat, who helped us, was one of our panelists on the Idea Solutions. Kamran is our Idea Solution Director on this stage to walk us through a very informative and comprehensive presentation and online demo on the Idea Hub. I do recommend to all of our partners to schedule a one-on-one meeting and visit our experience center and see how basically Huawei works in reality. I'm not going to continue. I'm not going to take your time anymore, and I'm going to pass it on to Kamran. Kamran, over to you.
Thank you, Kailash. Thank you, everyone. I'll take around 15 to 20 minutes of all my esteemed partners for this latest product that we have. We call it Idea Hub. It's a phenomenal product. I'll be giving you an overview and a live demonstration, a POC, live from China we have arranged, so that you can see how even from the network, from outside country, the system is still stable and it is very seamless in its overall functionality. Idea Hub is the latest product that we have launched. It's not just a video conferencing, but before going to the details of the Idea Hub, let me show you some images that the highest offices of UAE are using Huawei's Idea Hub and video conferencing terminals. That itself is a testimony that the product is state of the art. It is best in its league, and it is having far more functionalities than the other competition in the market. You can see His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed addressing the cabinet members using CloudLink video conferencing. Recently, Dubai Media Office tweeted images of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid attending marriage ceremony and other ceremonies using Huawei's Idea Hub. So this is very much in need, and this itself is a testimony that the product is very seamless. When we talk about Huawei's video conferencing is not something very new. We have already acquired 36.5% market share of video conferencing inside China, but I'm sure my partners will not be interested in it because that's only inside China. Even outside China, we are listed and we are rated amongst the leaders for video conferencing, and we have won numerous awards for video conferencing already when it comes to the design and the functionality. So this is the latest video conferencing overall the product. It's a complete revolution. We call it Idea Hub. It comes in 3 different flavors: Idea Hub S, Idea Hub Pro, and Idea Hub Enterprise. It comes in 2 sizes, 65 inches and 86 inches. and it has numerous functionalities. Now, what are the functionalities? I'll give you a brief, and then we'll go for a live demonstration. So this is how it looks like. And it has 5 major capabilities. One, it has a video conferencing. That means it has a 4K camera, and your customers can enjoy video conferencing over the 4K. Then it supports projection, wireless projection. Earl, can you please mute others? Yeah. Then there's projection. It supports wireless projection. We don't need to connect it using different wires. Wireless projection is supported. And the best part about the product is that your customers do not need to invest in backend infrastructure using this terminal to connect to any video conferencing session. So if your customers, hotels, construction, or any other customers, they want to have this device in their meeting rooms, then all they need is to connect it to a power socket, and they do not need any backend infrastructure. As soon as they connect it to the socket, they can connect to any cloud-based video conferencing session, may it be WebEx or Zoom or Microsoft Teams, any cloud-based video conferencing session. So the beauty of the product is they do not need to invest in any backend infrastructure. Then it also has interactive board and intelligent AI handwriting recognition. It supports knowledge bulletins, and it also has app gallery, Android-based. It's an Android-based terminal, and it has app gallery, which will be good for different applications, Android-based applications. So this is how most of your customers' meeting room looks like. It has numerous things or components inside it. It has a whiteboard. It has for notepad for interactivity or making any annotations. Then it has a projector. It has a video conferencing terminal. It has a screen for projection. It also has speakers. So these different components are there. If I go to any meeting room in 5-star hotel or 4-star hotel, these different components are there in any meeting room. But your customers can have Idea Hub, and all these different components are removed from the picture. So just one terminal has all these functionalities incorporated within it. Plus, it also has the auto zoom and the speaker tracking. So so any speaker, whosoever is speaking, the camera will be tracking his movement and will be zooming onto him. If more than one person is speaking at the same time, then the camera will give a complete panoramic view. Now, this is also very interesting. The Idea Hub supports acoustic baffling. So what does it do? So it creates a virtual wall around the participants. So as soon as there is a voice or noise from outside, that will not be detected in the video conferencing session. Or as soon as a participant steps outside this wall, that voice will not be listened, or will not be audible for the participants of video conferencing session. We can configure this wall manually also in the configuration setting. So you can make it a thin wall, or you can make it a bit wide. Plus, it also has phenomenal microphones and speaker capability. That means that even if you put one Idea Hub inside a meeting room, you do not need, and you can watch on it, you do not need to have separate microphones. Although we can connect separate microphones in the meeting room, but even if it's a small, mid-size, and large meeting room, the microphones are so robust that you don't need to have separate microphones connected with this Idea Hub. So it has 12 linear microphones, where other industry vendors are talking about 6 to 8. We are having 12 built-in linear microphones connected to it. It has intelligent recognition of handwriting. If you start writing slow, it will be automatically bold. The moment you start writing faster, you will be having thin font. So it has numerous functionalities and very less delay. We are talking about delay of 35 milliseconds, which means it is as fast as you're writing it on the writing paper. So it is very seamless, and it is far better as compared to other vendors in the market. As I mentioned earlier, we don't need different wires to get it connected. It supports wireless projection using the terminal of Idea Share, using the barcode, or it also has an application. It has a seamless layout. Your customers can play and on the screen and move the fingers and choose different layouts as per their needs. It's an Android-based terminal, as I mentioned earlier, so your customers can make use of different Android-based applications which are available for their office use or different functionalities. So these are a few of the functionalities that the Idea Hub supports. Then I would like to go for a live demonstration for Idea Hub. My colleague in China must have joined, Mr. Liu. Mr. Liu, thank you for joining. You are muted right now. Now, all the participants, you can see a screen on a screen called CN Shenzhen. This is Mr. Liu. You can maximize on that screen. That will give you a better image. Liu, you are muted right now. You're muted. You're muted. Yes. No audio. No audio. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, so Mr. Liu is available online from China, Shenzhen. It's late in evening. Thank you, Mr. Liu, for taking out some time for live demonstration. So we would like to have live demo and show the functionalities that I just bragged about. So Mr. Liu, can you please show us intelligent tracking?
Okay. Hey, Adele, please look at me.
So you can see as soon as Mr. Liu started speaking, the camera focused onto him and tracked his movement. If there are more than one person who is speaking at one time, the camera will give a panoramic view of the overall picture. So this was automatic intelligent tracking. Now, Liu, can you please show us stroke writing with different thickness?
Yes.
So you can see he's writing and with certain speed, and it is bold. Once he starts writing quickly, it is very thin. So this is AI-based enabled tracking, and you can zoom it by simple gestures. It is very easy to zoom onto it. Next, we can show very interesting capability because we do different annotations while having a presentation. So we'll show you intelligent recognition. Liu, please show us intelligent recognition. So Liu is writing English, and automatically you can see it is converted into a regular font. So because we do different handwriting and different annotations, but once we embed this into the emails, this does not look very formal. But here, whether you're writing anything on the Idea Hub or you're making images on the Idea Hub, automatically it will be converted into a regular font, into regular shape images. So this is all AI-based capability. Thank you, Liu, for this. Now we'll go on the next functionality that please show us, Liu, if more than one person wants to write on the screen simultaneously. Will that be possible? Yeah. So even if more than one authors would like to write on the screen simultaneously, that is certainly doable. So please show us, Liu, how easy it is to send an email. So once we have done the annotation, single click on with a single click of a button on the same screen, we can send an email in not more than a couple of seconds. So it is very easy. You can see the email logo down there. So as soon as you click that, it will show or pop up for the email address. Liu, can you please show us the app gallery?
Yes.
So since I mentioned it's an app Android-based terminal, and it comes with OPS module. That means we can run both Windows and Android based on it, and we can run different applications on it. So it has numerous applications available, and you can, or your customers can run different applications, can enjoy different applications which are available on the Idea Hub. So it's not just a video conferencing. It has tracking. It has AI-based handwriting recognition. It is having these the Android-based applications. It is having whiteboard. It is having wireless projection. It is having so many other functionalities incorporated within the same terminal, coming in two sizes, 65 inches and 86 inches. You can hang it on the wall. You can move it on the wheels as well. Next, I would request if Leo, this is interesting to show our participants how good it is. Can you join the same video conferencing session using the Idea Hub? The meeting, yeah, I've shared with you the meeting ID. Just join us using this Idea Hub, which we can see on the screen. Mm-hmm. So this is Zoom-based application that you're using.
Hi.
Yeah, you can mute it. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
So you can see, using the same Idea Hub, our colleague, my friend Liu, has joined from China, and it did not take more than a couple of seconds. So this is the most unique capability, that without investing in anything in the backend infrastructure, this is the only unit that you can see. It's a 65 inches screen. It is 86 inches screen that you can see, and it does not require anything else. It is only connected to a power socket, and you can connect to any cloud-based video conferencing session, maybe Zoom, Microsoft Teams, WebEx, or any other cloud-based session, and you can connect it seamlessly. Now, Loop, can you please show us flexible layout adjustments that are available, if you can show us?
Okay.
Yeah. So there are numerous flexible layouts which are available in the Idea Hub, and your customers can simply swipe the fingers on the screen, and then they can maximize the layout which they are interested in. So you can see, simply by swiping the finger, different layouts could be enlarged as required. Yeah. Thank you, Liu. It is really impressive. So this could be, so this is getting very good response in UAE market, not just in UAE market, globally. Not just the enterprises and hospitality, but also the consumer market. Because of this pandemic, the whole story has changed. Many of the executives would like to have this Idea Hub into their homes, and they have built their offices inside their homes. So this Idea Hub is good. It has a camera inbuilt, and they can also, it has a HDMI port which can, you can connect it for different purposes. Last is, can you show us the bulletin board? So this is the bulletin board. Yes. So this is the bulletin board installed at the entrance. There's another screen which is installed at the reception area and all. So we can make these screens used for bulletins, for different announcements. We can broadcast different announcements or different things which are happening, or activities which are happening in the hotel, and which will be very valuable for the customers staying there. So that was a quick demonstration of Idea Hub. I've just give you a small glimpse, a teaser of the Idea Hub capabilities. I'm sure you'll be able to enjoy and see more functionalities once you have it in your office. Thank you very much, Liu, for your time from China, Shenzhen. It was late in the evening there. Thank you very much. And that is all from my side. Thank you very much, Kirash. Over to you. Thank you.
Again for the online demo. It was very informative and impressive, I would say. And as you rightly said, at the I'm pretty sure with the situation that we are in it right now, with the pandemic, that's going to be a game changer. A lot of our partners and customers, definitely that's going to be one thing that majority of the customers, they would go for it. And this demo for sure, it shows all the capabilities of Idea Hub and the categories, and having the UAE leader, they're using it on a day-to-day job. That's a benchmark. Just wanted to let our value partner knows that if you have any question or you need any one-to-one session, please do not hesitate to contact us through our sales account managers, or you can contact us directly through info@asystems.com. Just let us know and we can show you a live demo on the Idea Hub. I'm pretty sure all of our partners would love to know how they can monetize and earn more profit from Huawei bulletproof engineering products and solutions. So we would like to let all of our value partners knows about the amazing Huawei and Enterprise Systems incentive promotions and sales strategy. And without further ado, I would love to invite Puya again to walk us through the incentive and promotions, and let us know that what are the exciting news that we have for our partners. Puya, over to you.
Great, thank you very much, Kia. Thank you very much, Kamran. That was really, really amazing. The Idea Hub is a game changer for sure, and I'm sure it's going to be extremely successful in this region. Thank you again. Right, so if we talk about the Q4 incentives and rebates and the promotions, Confucius says that the will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, these are the keys that will unlock the door for personal excellence. And incentives and rebates and promotions will create that will and desire, hopefully, for our partners. First and foremost, on the Wi-Fi 6, Huawei has a buy 3, get 2 free offer at the moment. And this will last until the end of this year. So please take advantage of this and reduce your bottom line and increase your margins by having the buy 3 and get 2 free on the Wi-Fi 6 Air engine. We also have another exciting offer from Huawei, which is that if you order 100, if you order 100 units of the Wi-Fi 6, you will be able to get a Huawei Watch GT2. 200 units will get you the Huawei Mate 30 Pro 5G. 500 units will get you the Huawei P40 Pro 5G. And 1,000 units of the Wi-Fi 6 access points will have the new Huawei Mate X, which is the foldable screen mobile phone. So these are the incentives that are available from Huawei right now. Again, these are applicable to end of this year. We have an incentive, a very exciting incentive for the account manager and the pre-sales manager. Every access point that you order, the account manager or the channel account manager will earn $2.5, $2.50 per access point, and the pre-sales manager will earn an additional $1.50 per access point. There are conditions associated with this. The first is that the deal registration has to be approved by Huawei. Other thresholds are there with the minimum quantity. Validity is towards the end of the year. The threshold is a maximum of $5,000 per purchase order. And the offer is valid for the first 15,000 access points sold. You could potentially, on a large project, make up to $5,000 on a purchase order for the account manager and the pre-sales manager. So this is an exciting offer, I think. A further $1,000 reward is there for the system integrator for the IVS proof of concept report incentive. All you need to do is do one proof of concept and do the report, or carry out one third-party integration report. Or alternatively, you can get the $1,000 reward by doing 5 proof of concept reports through the Idea Hub. Again, terms and conditions apply. We have another incentive here for the IVS demo purchase. an IVS lab setup incentive. So $500 can be yours if you do the purchase of the following: the IVS 1800 plus the STC demo purchase, which applies to the IVS 1800 and the CD, M, and X series of the cameras. Or you can get $1,000 reward by setting up demo room setup, which is for the same product group: 1800 series, 3800 series, CD, M, and X series. Again, terms and conditions apply, and I would urge for you to contact Kamran Shokat at kamran.shokat@huawei.com for further details. For the Ideal Hub registration reward program, the Ideal Hub registration, each batch of 10 that you do a deal registration, all you need to do is do the deal registration and have the deal registrations accepted by Huawei, rewards of $500. We have the IVS deal registration reward program as well, so that the salesperson gets 1% and the pre-sales 0.5% for each IVS deal registration that is greater or equal to $10,000. Again, it's the product applicability is the IVS 1800, 3800 series, CD, M, and X series of cameras. Again, for more details, please contact Kamran Shokat at huawei.com. Enterprise Systems would also like to provide an incentive plan for our esteemed partners, our tier 2 partners. So we have a series of different incentives for you on top of what Huawei is providing. We can do a cashback incentive for you, a rebate for the sales manager and the pre-sales manager. We have trips to various destinations depending on the PO value that is provided to us. We can provide your organization 50% discount on implementation and support services, and also 50% discount on all annual maintenance contracts. So if you have engineers that are currently on different projects, or you want to tap into our resources, they're there to support you. And we can give very large discounts to able to support you in your endeavors with your customer. We also will provide free of charge and discounted proof of concept on all hardware that Huawei is selling onto the enterprise market. These are our incentives, and I hope these incentives are strong enough to propel you in the right direction. Thank you very much, Kia.
Oh wow, I'm pretty sure, Priya, this is pretty much clear for all of our customers and partners to see this incentive is there for them to help them to basically push the product and solution to our customers, and this is quite exciting. I believe this is very motivational for all of our value partners to use all of the sales incentive and promotion, make it easier for them to be more competitive in the market. Thank you all again for your valuable time and joining us today. We hope you found this event extremely useful. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case. We'll be having more similar events coming up, and we looking forward to see you again. Have a good rest of the day.